Hello everyone, welcome to Peach on Earth Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for Cancer for the month of March. You can have Cancer anywhere in your chart, you can be a cross watcher. All that I ask is that if you are here watching this reading, that you come with good intentions for yourself and for others. Okay, Cancer, when I was getting into your energy, it's funny I'm saying the word path, you'll find out here in a minute, but the path that they kind of took me on was a little odd. First I got the message, flowers in her hair. And when I heard that, I knew it was from a song, and I wasn't sure what song. I couldn't recall like the full lyric or anything. And it was from a song called Going to California by Led Zeppelin. And the first thing that I noticed from that or about that song is that the time length on it on my music app said it was 3 minutes and 33 seconds long, so 333. And so that might mean something to you. 111 when I just said that. And as I was reading the lyrics, because I was listening to the song, but then I was just kind of like reading ahead with the lyrics and stuff. I read the word path as the word wrath. And as you know, or may not know, wrath isn't spelled like path. It has a W in front of it. But so it's kind of odd that I read it that way, and that's why it kind of stood out. Normally I wouldn't really think too much of it, but they were pointing it out that they're not even spelled the same. Like they have this same last three letters, but wrath has a W in it and path obviously does not. And so it made me like, and then when I noticed that, they gave me like path of destruction. And so it's a very opposite feeling of the flowers in her hair, right? Now, I can't imagine, well, I mean, I guess that it was the path I was supposed to take, right? Start with flowers in the hair and end with path of destruction. But it's almost like I'm getting the sense that maybe to the world, or even partly to yourself, you present as this like this flowy, happy, flowers in her hair type person, but maybe a little bit more on the inside or your personal life, you lead a little bit of a path of destruction. And I'm not saying it's like anything major, but I feel like you always have to like, they're saying putting on the Ritz. I don't know like the literal meaning of that phrase, but it's like, it's almost like you do some things for show. And there's no shame or shade or anything. I'm not trying to like shame anyone here by saying these things. It's just what's coming across with the message. So, oh, and then also with the flowers in her hair, they wanted me to say also, like, you could be someone that I was getting the message that you, when you were younger, I was getting this visual of there was someone in your life, either like a friend or a romantic partner or even a parent or grandparent, that was always putting flowers in your hair or in their hair. So that could be just like a specific message for someone, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and start with the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. So can I have one or two cards for Cancer, please, for March? One or two cards for Cancer for March, please. Okay, so we have two cards that came out. Hang on, I gotta move some stuff here. Okay, so we have the hyena and the frog. Fire and water, that's a very temperance energy. What's on the bottom? Vulture. Okay, so I am getting that kind of like opposing things here with the hyena, which is more like, to me, it represents that like path of destruction or wrath. type of energy, and especially because it's a fire card, and fire, you know, obviously it leads a path of destruction, like all the elements can, right? But fire spreads rapidly and is very hard to control once it's out of control. But the only thing that can control fire is water, and we also have water here, which in Cancer is a water sign. And then we do have the moon, which is a watery energy. And it's so interesting because I was pointing this out to Pisces, which was the first video I filmed and the one right before I'm filming Cancer. So in Pisces, I was talking to them about, with the moon card in the tarot deck, I'm always seeing that as a Cancer card, and it actually represents Pisces. And so that's interesting that this moon is popping out to me here. But it's like a half moon. And I feel like that means something. It's like the dark side of the moon, and because you can see the dark side of the moon here, and then the light side of the moon. Instead of just seeing like the half moon, you can actually see the whole moon, which you can't really see like on Earth, because this hyena is supposed to be on Earth. It's almost like this hyena is on a planet that's next to the moon. That's the only way it would be able to see that, right? I don't know how I kind of know how it works, but anyway, I don't know why I went on that. I feel like that's going to come into play at some point, this half moon here. Oh, no. I'm hearing that. I was thinking Dark Side of the Moon, but it was Led Zeppelin from the song, not Pink Floyd. This person with the flower in their hair could have been like a 70s, like 60s, 70s, like hippie type person. I don't know why I'm getting that. They could have been fire sign. They could have laughed a lot. If this isn't you, I'm getting that this is kind of like representing, well, I don't know. Yeah, it's like representing someone else. But fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But they could have laughed a lot, because the hyena is known for that, right? Their laughter or whatever. Even though it's a bit maniacal in nature. Now with the frog, I'm getting spring because of the green, you know, in the spring, all the green pops. And it's like because it rains a lot. And it makes all the buds open and everything turn green. And so I'm getting the sense of spring. So since we're talking about Aries here, or like the fire signs, it could be during Aries season, which is next month, the end of March and April. There could be something going on during Aries season. I'm getting. Now with the frog, yeah, it's like I'm not even getting very much from the frog itself, just the rain and then the color green. Now the color green also is representative of the heart chakra. So there could be something there as well. So we're going to go ahead and get some tarot for you guys. We're going to use the Wild Unknown Tarot. Okay. Oh. Okay, so I shuffle with all my cards upright, and this it like flipped over. So I think it's supposed to be in reverse. Now, that's so interesting. We have more fire and water. We have the Emperor on the bottom, which is Aries. The Emperor represents Aries. And I was talking about specifically Aries here, like the Aries season. And then we have Cups here, which is water. So we have fire and water. Fire and water, fire and water. But it's upside down. Hang on, I want to show you something. if you flip this over, it does actually, no, it's only this way. To me, it almost looks like an upside down cup. This rainbow part here looks like an upside down cup. And there's an upside down cup here as well, with a swan sitting in it. So anyway, the daughter of cups is like the page of cups. It's the youngest cup. And with that path of destruction, you know, it's almost like, because it's reverse, it's a reverse card. I feel like, okay, and then specifically like the page of cups represents, like, the pages always represent the beginning of a journey. Now, where the minor arcana is like the major arcana is like ideas and thoughts, and the minor arcana are kind of like the leading up to the journey. It's like the major arcana are like the planning, or not the planning, but like the ideas. Then the minors are the planning, and then the court cards are like the action. Okay, now, so this is the very beginning of an emotional journey, but it's in reverse. And so I feel like you're resisting it a bit. You're kind of just feeling a little overwhelmed, because this frog, it's not quite yet wet, but it's about to just be flooded with water, right? And just like, it's just gonna whoosh. I'm getting like that whoosh sound. But what's really interesting too is here, it's like represented by the swan, and the swans float. And frogs don't float, but they swim. And I feel like I'm not being very clear in this message for some reason. It feels very choppy. I feel like it's almost your energy, like that confusion. They're pointing me out to this moon. They're pointing this moon out to me again, where it's like, you want everything to be black and white, but it's not. It's complex, and like, emotions are complex. They're not easy to work through. Now, I am getting the sense that maybe this person, like this flowers in the hair person, may have passed. And you're feeling, but I don't feel like it was like recent. It could have been like within the last year, but I'm getting that it's a little bit further than that. I'm not really sure. I would say within the last like 1 to 3 years, maybe, if that's the case for you. Okay, but you're still feeling like upside down about it. Now, there's no time limit on grief. Okay, not at all. But you're still feeling, it's almost like you're trying to hold the emotions at bay. And that's kind of like that path of destruction. It's like you're presenting to the world that everything's okay, that everything's normal, but really on the inside you're like just holding off all of these emotions that you don't want to go through, that you don't want to feel. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead. We're going to get because this is just kind of like this is you trying to hold something off. We're going to get more tarot here with the Morgan Greer Tarot. What's the message for Cancer for March regarding the reading so far? What's the message for March? Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so we have Temperance. And Temperance, to me, literally is, not literally, but to me, in a lot of cards, it's represented by fire and water. And we have so much fire and water here with the hyena and the frog. I'm going to go ahead and bring this Emperor out here. Because I was getting the sense that it could have been like if you're a female, or even if you're not a female, it could have been like a male partner or a male best friend, or a father or a grandfather. It doesn't have to be. It could just be someone that was like really, really strong. But I am getting that. But it's the fire and the water. You're wanting this strength to come out. You're like this emperor energy. That's what you're presenting to the world. It's like you're wanting so badly to just like be strong, when really on the inside you're barely holding off these emotions. But this is all about like, it's okay to be both. It's okay to be both strong and emotional. You're allowed to have both emotions, both attributes. Like, going through our emotions is a sign of strength, because it's not an easy thing to do. But once we do it, everything turns green. Everything livens up. Like, it's almost like allowing those not lower, I don't even want to say lower emotions. By allowing those emotions we don't want to feel to come into our life, it brings beauty into our world, because not everything is black and white. The world is full of color. We just have to, like, you have to water things, and water represents our emotions. We have to, because when you stave, or what is it? Stave? Yeah, when you stave off not negative emotions you don't want to feel, you're also staving off positive emotions. When you block one emotion, you block all emotions. It's just how it goes, okay? Yeah, so we do have the 10 of Cups on the bottom. Now, this is, it's like locking arms with someone and then a rainbow coming. That's the color coming in, right? And we have more cups here, which is the emotions. Like, it's almost like once you go on that emotional journey, I'm getting that vision of when Dorothy steps into Oz. Okay? And you know what, someone, I don't remember who it was. I feel like it was a tarot video I was watching recently, and I'm sorry if it was and I don't remember the source, but someone pointed out, it's like when Dorothy steps, what was it? It was someone talking to someone else. Anyway, I'm sorry that I can't remember where they were talking about it. But anyway, so when Dorothy steps out into Oz, everything turns to color. And the whole movie is about her trying to get home. When home was where she was just always like getting yelled at, and someone was trying to kill her dog, and everything was just like black and white, right? With this here. And it wasn't super enjoyable for her. She didn't really want to be there. Now, obviously, there were people there she loved and cared about, but they were also with her in this new world. And so, but through the whole journey of Dorothy being in Oz, she worked through some of those emotions, right? And everything became colorful and beautiful and wonderful. And like, that's what I'm getting. It's like allowing yourself to step into that world of Technicolor, right? I don't know if I feel like I got really sidetracked there in what I was trying to say, so I'm sorry if I did. Hopefully the message came across well. Okay. I was going to say we're using the Fairy Tarot for advice, but one came out. Okay, so it's the Eight of Pentacles. I'm not really feeling it. I feel like this is kind of where you are right now. You're kind of at this point where you're just like working, not even working. It's like, I feel like you're working really hard to stave off the emotions is what it feels like. because the Eight of Pentacles or Eight of Autumn or whatever you want to call it is about that. It's about just like methodical, one foot in front of the other, constant, that's what it feels like. But I feel like this is where you are. I kind of want to get advice for, the other side of this, like, Temperance coin. Like, how can you balance the strength with the emotion, okay? So what's on the other side of Temperance for Cancer? What's the advice for Cancer? How can they balance the strength with their emotions? What's the advice for Cancer? What's the advice for Cancer, please? For March. What's the advice for Cancer, please? What's on the other side of Temperance here? The fire and water. Cancer for March. Oh my gosh. You guys. You know what they just pointed out to me? Earlier, I got that Dark Side of the Moon. And that album supposedly lines up perfectly with The Wizard of Oz. And they both came up in this reading. So I'm getting... There could have been... I'm getting that this person over here could have shown you that. I don't know. I feel like these are just confirmations, but that's really interesting that they both came up in this reading. And like totally separate, like, times. Okay. It's time to take action. Be fearless and happily pursue your most treasured dreams. Amazing career opportunities. Okay, so pursue your most treasured dreams. I feel like that is that world of Technicolor. It's like, it's almost like by allowing yourself to embrace that emotions, it will open up your world more than you will ever know. Because, yeah, it'll just like, it'll be you're so unsuspecting of what can actually happen when you allow yourself to go through. I feel like you need to go through a grieving process. If not, it's just you have some emotional baggage that you are just like keeping at bay that needs to be sorted and dealt with. And it's time to take action. It's time to, it's like, follow your heart. And okay, I don't know if that's good advice, if it was sufficient enough advice, but that is what I'm getting for you, Cancer. I hope this was helpful reading. If it was, you can like, comment, share, subscribe. I thank any of you for being present today, any of your guides that were present, any of my guides that were present from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.